Okay, and good evening, guys. Welcome to RFL F1, and today we are going down under in Australia. This is, I believe, it's round 11 of the RFL calendar.
The weather in Melbourne is often unpredictable, making it difficult for the drivers and engineers alike to find the optimal setup. Formerly hosted by Adelaide, Melbourne has been home to
Just gonna check now, and if I have to rearrange, then I will. So, calendar, it is... No, it is round 12, so I will get that changed. Just give me a minute. And there you go. Perfect, right. Let's get underway then. And the quali, and we've got a couple of drivers out already. Aston Martin, Aiden. Out on track first on the medium tyres. Just get the tyre detail up. So I wasn't here last Saturday, just had some things to deal with. Just to say thank you to Cal for taking over. Good evening, Kirby. Hope you're doing alright, pal. Yeah, so I wasn't too sure what exactly happened last. If it was a race, actually, was it a race? No. Yeah, there was. Yeah, was it the week before? I'm just thinking about. I don't know, because I'm so lost with everything. So just going to see what the standing. Just going to see what the finish was in China. So Aiden took a P2. Snip's taken a win, which is great to see. And Vapid Coot taken P3. Dan DNF'd. Scott W only got 7 points. Tom Gorey got 6. Angelismo doing 9 points with Kirby on 8. Yeah, so a few surprises then coming along, but with the standings, Aiden in the lead of the championship. Scott W's fallen to P2 now, who's 8 points off Aiden. Scott is, 8 points off Aiden, but yeah, still up for grabs really, the championship. Anything can happen still, but Aiden now. And, oh, Skull's retired on track, and I know where that is. It's in Sector 2. Oh, it's that awful, it's that, like, clear chicane. Oh, and Aiden gets a little snap. They're just off the axis, so everyone's looking like they're struggling around Australia. Aiden does a 120 flat. So I know where Skull has done it, and yeah, it's not ideal place, but Kent is on a lap, but I don't know, is this fresh on an out lap? He's starting now, but Jinx goes faster than by just a 10th of a second. And in the 119s, Vapid Q is going to start his flying lap. I know Kent's on the lap actually. Kent's going to go P3 122.3. Tom Gorian started his lap as well, yeah. I think Constant Ryan's going to be starting his flying lap. Yep, so quite a few then. All of them on flyers, only 14 with us today. By the looks of it commences. Just doing a banker lap. And the flags in Sector 1. I think that's an Alpha Tower. It might be. Who would that be? I don't think it would be Checo. No, it wouldn't. Would it be Checo? Nah, it wouldn't be. So he's in the pits. Unless it's Jinx, yeah, it must be Jinx getting out of the way there. Anyway, Finns is coming across the line, and he's going to go fastest by... Oh my god, what was that? Like a second? Like a second, nearly 2 seconds? God, that's quick. Goodness me. We've got a few now coming across the line. Snips, who was the previous runner last weekend, only goes P2 with a 1:19.5, and I think does Thrash follow it up with a 1:19.7. Tom coming across the line in P2 with a 1:19.3. Good effort from him. Vapakoop then with a 1:19.9. Nice to see. I think Constant Ryan's gonna be, well, he's had an invalidation, so I think he's gonna go for it again by the looks of it. And yeah, it's just well, Aidan is going to try again then, and he was 2.5 tenths up through the first sector. He's going to come through now. Should be on the final sector anytime soon, maybe, is it? Or is he 2.5? Ah, it might be 2.5 times up through sector 2. Okay. Oh, and Aidan again having that near moment. Not what he needed. So just looks he's struggling around Australia just a little bit, but he improves, and I think Finns gave him a little assistance with that toe, and puts him P2 with a 1:19.1. Very nicely done from the Aston Martin boys. Okay, there's a few should go into pits now, all on their in laps, as I would say. Constant Ryan still to do a lap, so it was commenced actually, but Constant Ryan is now in the third sector, and he's going to be coming across the line very, very soon. So I think he's lost all of his ERS, unless someone's had a moment, but Constant Ryan then coming across the line, P5. So pretty decent, good position there, P5. Scott W. So a few still to do. Checo, Scott. I think Checo's just joined actually. Or has he got his stuff that he has to deal with? Scott W. Angelissimo, and Kamantu has just started his first flying lap through quali. So 10.5 minutes to go, and we'll see what the drivers can do on the second round. As by the looks of it, Finns is going to go on the medium tyres. He does a purple, but he invalidates, so not what a commence needed. And that's going to hurt him quite a bit. But Scott W is on a flyer now. 29.9 through the first sector, purple first sector for the Scuderia. Now you've got this long straight through sector 2, all flat through here, where you need your speed, you need your straight line of 44.6, puts in purple, and nice exit through the chicane. On to the third exit he goes. With our new, where they've done the new track layout in Australia, very much improved in my opinion. So, easy on the throttle. Don't do too much, otherwise you spin. But it does that, takes it very well, and that's going to put him in a good position, and it does with a 1:17.7 from Scott W. Pole position for Ferrari. Finns is, I think, is he going to be starting his flying lap on medium tyres? So I'm wondering where this is going to put him. Snips is still out for some reason. Oh, and Jinx has just spun as we just went on board. And I don't know if you're allowed to reset the track, but no, it's been caught on camera. Commence is still to do a lap, he's still out. He's going to be coming across the line very soon. Angelismo is coming out now. Checo starting his flying lap. Kent half a temp down on his lap. Finns just haven't managed to see him just yet. Oh, and he invalidates as he just nearly had that moment there. but it manages to keep it on track, which is the main thing. Wonder if Aiden's on a flyer. I don't know if he is or not. Don't think so by the looks of it. Kent still gonna hopefully improve to nearly 3 tenths up through the lap. Checo with a purple first sector, 27.6 on the soft tyre. Angelismo still on an out lap. Yellow flag, sector 3, and I think that might be Checo, is it? Or was that Jinx? Nah, it's Jinx. Okay, yellow flags, and again, same area. I think that's might be Ryan, potentially. But Checo now coming across the line will be very soon, just this final corner for him. Oh, and he goes wide. I thought he would have invalidated, but he doesn't, luckily for him. 7 minutes to go. Checo goes into P6. 1:19.6, so that's looking like the most common times is the 1:19s as it stands so far. Is it Constant Ryan going out on a flyer? Yes, it is. Kent's validated. Oh, and Angelismo's retired. Where is he retired? Oh, I know where that is as well. And that is unfortunately for Angelismo, not where you'd want to start your lap and crash out. And Aiden goes fastest then by about 3 times to Scott W. Very good lap from him. Tom Gorian is nearly half a second up through the lap. As Vapiku goes P4. Now it's P5. I think Jinx just went past yet. So Tom Gorian. It's looking like it's going to be a good lap. Yes, it is P5 for him. Very nicely done. Right, commences on a lap actually. I did see yellow flag somewhere. Someone's gone into the gravel. Or was he just on his lap? Maybe so. Fresh is invalidated. Constant Ryan on a flyer. Let's see where he puts his Alpine. And he goes P2, very nicely done. And there's some boys now getting the 1:17s. 2 seconds quicker, nearly 2 seconds for Ryan, which is great to see. Most people will be on an in lap by the looks of it. Commence still to do a lap in the Red Bull. Yellow flag, sector 3. I think that's the AlphaTauri. Must be no. Is that Jinx again? Purple for commence, 44.5. And it's looking, yeah, it's looking promising. And through the final corners he goes. I think there's a Haas in the way. Sector 3 snips. Maybe had a moment on the flying lap. Here comes commence though, and he goes P4, and it's not far away from Ryan and Scott W. Very, very good lap. Was Snips did have a moment. I don't know. Very curious. So he does box, and he's got 4 minutes to go. Fresh. We'll see what he does. And he's going to box as well. So final laps for most of the boys now. 3 minutes to go and a bit. As you see, most of the guys come out very, very soon. I think I do see a Mercedes coming out. I think Vapid's going to be coming out now actually, just looking up the screen. So get on board with him straight away. Now he goes. So Vapid in P8. not where he wants to be, and he needs a good lap now. Otherwise he does not want to be behind the competition. Another thing for the boys as well. They cannot afford to have traffic in the way. So it's important you do get a lap time out there rather than be stuck in traffic. Otherwise, that won't help at all. It won't help. Flags, and we've still got yellow flags around, so most of the boys now on the out laps. Vapakut was going to be starting his potential final flying lap of Australia, and it's now or never really for Rapids. It's got to make a lot of positions. Red Bull getting out of the way, nicely done there. Good thinking from the lad. I think that might have been commenced actually. But yeah, Vapid's high up, well, hoping to try and stay within the championship. He needs to have a good lap now. Otherwise, you know, being down in P8 probably won't be enough. So Aiden will be starting his flying laps soon. And he's not improving, Vapid. He's 300ths down on his lap, and there's a lot of yellow flags, and you can see just a line of traffic in that second. It's me, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I was thin. I don't think that's helped Vapid at all, but here comes Vapid Q anyway, and he is Aiden, who, or was it Aiden? I wonder if it was. Oh, and Kent, unless I was on in the pits maybe. I'm not too sure what exactly happened, but that is it then for Quali, and let's try and see who is on a lap, and I think Snips is, and these are coming to the final sector now, and that would be a decent lap time if he can get up into a good position. So 118.5, but we'll see. Anyway, Fresh is finished in, well, P9, net P9 for the time being. Snips is going to be coming across the line now. I think Tom Goyen's next and stays where he is. Next is, I think it's Aiden. Aiden boxes. Fins has not improved. Scott W's invalidated. Commences on a lap and he's going to get a nice toe. And he's going to go P4. And yeah, Scott W has not improved. The invalid crashed out by the pit wall. Nice. So Jinx, yeah, everyone looks like they're invalid boxes, and it is pole position. Vapakut was crashed out, and yeah, that was a really interesting quality to say the least. The final few laps, but yes. But we'll go through the order. Aiden takes pole position again, with Snips in P2 for Haas. Constant Ryan putting himself in a good position, P3 for the Irishman. Commence goes P4 in the Red Bull. Scott W in P5, and he does not want to be there with in pole position. Finns goes P6. Normal Jinx in P7. Tom Gorian, Fabricu P8 and P9 for them. And Fresh will take P10 with Checo, Kent finishing, Angelismo and Skull not classifying a lap time. Alright, countdown has begun. Just for the 5-lapper. Yeah, so here we go then. 5 red lights. And we go in Australia for 5 laps, and it's not a great start for Aidan. Snips takes it from P1 straight away before the braking zone, and into P1 he goes. Snips is looking down behind him. There's a few people on. Ryan manages to get away from the action, or avoids collision, which is good from him. Not a good start from Tom. Rapid getting up the line very nicely. Finns remains where he is, as it's all a little bit spread now, just a little bit, but pardon me for this. Don't have anything. Yeah, I'll just keep it as is. Yeah, so you can see a few battles then going on. Tom under pressure. Is it Tom under pressure? Or was Checo trying to defend? As Tom goes round the outside very nicely from Tom. To be fair from him, that was a very good move. But looking up the order, the normal Jinx is a 2.5 away. Sector 3, who's at a moment is the gravel, and that is not in the lead of Australia, but he's got a lot of work to do. themselves, but it's going to be a DRS train which is looking like it's going to form, and Jinx is going to be well under pressure if he can't get within that second of Aiden, and he's struggling a lot. I don't think he's got the straight line speed compared to Aiden. You can see Aiden 2/10 away from Snips, and Tom Gordon I think is ahead. Oh, and there's a collision, and yeah, it's just caught that fresh collision, and that is by the chicane. So we'll see what happens if there's any evidence, but yeah, that's not helped out the two drivers at all, and after Tom battling hard to make the positions up, and that has gone down the drain for him. But looking back, Snips has pulled a gap ever so slightly, but not enough to get out of DRS. Jinx takes his fastest. Vapiku is going to be trying to get ahead, trying to get into DRS with Fins, as Tom is now so close again to collision, and he's been unlucky with you know, that instant, making good progress and just not quite getting where he wants to be. I tell you that now, he wants in that race. So I wonder if Aiden this DRS zone, I believe. Yes, he does. So Aiden going to pull that gap about 3.5 tenths. He just needs to be patient, but he's still got 2 laps to go. You just need to be calm, cool, calm, collected. 7 tenths then is the gap, and has there been another moment somewhere? Constant Ryan and Fresh having a little battle, and Constant Ryan's retired. Constant Ryan, and Fresh has had a moment too, and Fresh has been had 2 incidents in space of 3 laps for him, and I don't know, he hasn't got away. No, he hasn't. So, but he's gonna continue on, surprisingly, and as we were speaking about that, Jinx has picked up the time penalty, here. That's not good for Jinx at all, which could make him fall down the line, maybe to Vapid, well, possibly Fins, unless Vapid can make a move. The Fresh is off the track again, and I don't know if he's trying to deliberately crash out. Just gonna stay on board and see what he is doing, but it looks like he is trying to deliberately crash. They just want to keep ahead of everyone else. When Commence gets a move on Fins, I think, or was Fins trying to make a move on Commence, and dives really late there, and it's the final lap then for the boys, and it's now or never really for Aiden to try and move on Snips, but I think Snips has got it covered very nicely. But Fresh, yeah, still continuing, and and Fins has got a penalty as well. But he should be safe if Vapid stays outside of that 2-second gap. But yeah, it's all looking good for Snips then at the moment, and he's still holding on very, very well, and he's got a lot of DRS left to defend within the Aiden as well. It is going down, and he's still doing what he's trying to do. Is Aiden is trying to put the drivers under pressure, and I think it's going to be enough by the looks of it. Yeah, just didn't think about going for the move, and Fresh is retired in the pit lane. So Snips then holds on for the sprint, and it's a very good position for Snips, back to back races, or would it be back to back sprints? I'm not too sure anyway. But Aiden P2, Jinx remains P3, Scott W only a quarter of a tenth away from taking that P3. Commencing P5, Finn's P6, Vapid not far away from Finn's as well for takes P7, Tom Gorian in P8, and Checo will be in P9. Angelismo will be in P10, Kent in P11 as we wait for Skull for P12. So we're going to see what exactly has happened, and yeah, nice 2 points here for Snips in the sprint. Gonna get him up in the championship. Just for a little bit of a featured race will be coming, though Aiden does take a fastest lap of the race. Gives him that bonus point. Right, okay, as we get the grid set up, I'm just going to take a little break, so I will be back in a few minutes. I'll be back for the featured race. Right, okay, I am back, and we'll be beginning for the race momentarily. Just wait for the drivers to get the setups on. Right, okay, so formation lap underway. And see, Snips has gone on for hard tyres, and everyone has, apart from 2 drivers, and that is Kent and Checo. This is where it's going to be quite curious, to be fair. Safety cars could play into some people's hands. Just don't know. Yeah, so Sprint came on today. I didn't watch it because I was working, but a new Sprint format for F1, and Checo took the win. There was a bit of bit of drama between George and Max, and I did see in Parc Fermé Max calling George. I won't say it, but it was quite explicit. What I'll say is not very good from a champion, really. Very, very poor, in my opinion. But there we are. What can you do? What can you do? Okay, so drivers then. Drivers going to be getting into the grid slots, ready. And Kent's been disqualified from the grid. Have we got a good camera angle of 5 red lights then? Here we go in Australia, down under. And they weren't out for long, it's lights out and away we go, and I think some people have had a poor start. But Aiden has got more of a good start than he did last time, but I don't think he got a great start as Jinx has just taken P2 away from him. Vapid in P6 then against Commencement. Fins is into P7, Tom Gorian P8 with Evangelismo still in P10. Aiden getting the position back into P2 then, trying to battle hard with normal Jinx and Snips as Fins is taken again P6 against Vapid. Snips then having a good battle. Tom Gorian now ahead of Vapid Q for P7. And you can see, this is just so much fighting going on. And Checo is ahead now. So much on the first lap. Everyone's gotten away really, really well. Well done to all the drivers then. And onto the chicane we go. And you can see how tight it is. And thought about a move on Scott W, but didn't think about it. Was that Scott W on normal Jinx? Maybe it's pardon me there for that, but Steps Van are gonna be coming across the line in P1 and Aiden in P2 with Jinx in P3, and I thought someone went in the wall there and someone is having a lag issue. I don't know who it is though, and Vapid is ahead of Finns. So I wonder what happened there then. Because Finns was up into P6, wasn't he? And Tom has now taken P6. Yeah, very, very interesting. But oh, and I think Finns has had a moment somewhere. And now he's down into last, and that is not what Finns needed at all. But Jinx trying to pile the pressure on Aiden. Aiden trying to do the same thing against Snips. But still quite tight. Still all within for the most part. See this tyre strategy, medium to hard, most common one. As well as another. Oh, and someone goes wide there, and I think that was Thrash who goes really, really wide there, and that's allowed Constant Ryan to take P10 for the final points position. That has cost him dearly, but oh, and I think Commences had a moment, and Commences round, and not helped out for being in P5, but DRS. And Snips is going to have to do it all over again, but he's going to have to do it for if he wants a chance of winning the one. And oh, when Vapid's had a moment somewhere, and there's a lot of drivers making errors on this track. Now Vapid down into last place. Snips holding on with Aiden not far behind. Okay, you can see the top winning this race. Got a Ferrari, an AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, wanting that top step of the podium. Who was going to win? Looking like Tom is closing that gap as well, as he's got the faster tyre as well right behind him, and that is not what Tom needed really. But Tom is closing that gap, and Checo's got a 3-second time penalty for first one. But looking ahead, and that gap's still between P1 and P2, under a second, and a lot of work needs to be done for Snips then if he wants to keep Aiden behind even Jinx and Scott W. But Owen Jinx is falling out of that second, and Scott W then is going to try and pounce on it. He must have had a poor exit, Jinx, but manages to keep that DRS, but that has not helped him at all by being out of that second, and he needs to try and get in there as soon as possible. Otherwise Scott W is going to take it. But he holds on, and a little bit of battle between Commence and Kent, and Commence around the outside. Very nicely done from the Red Bull. Finn's still trying to make up for positions, and Fresh has got a time penalty now for the track limits. So Finn's is trying to make up his positions, needs to have a good recovery drive. Does Finn's. Constant Ryan as well, doing okay in P8, Angelissimo in P7 too. So Checo's still trying to be a pain at O, and so Fresh has left the session. Try and get him back in as soon as possible. See if I can. Yep, so we'll get him back in. But yeah, Aiden's outside about 1 second. I wonder if Snips has gone for it, trying to bolt out of our DRS, but Scott W still on the back of Jinx. Still can't quite get the move done. Not just yet. And Vapid is ahead of Kent now. At the start finish line for P12. And Fresh has joined the session again. So go now nearly within a second of DRS. And he needs to stay within that toe, and he goes a little bit wide through there, but still got the time, and yeah, he needs to distance, but I don't think he has. Close that gap again to Snips, and that is going to put Snips under a lot of pressure. Yellow flag, second freeze. Who's had a moment? And I think it's Constant Ryan. Constant Ryan's had somewhere. And Vapiku trying to go in the inside vent of Fresh. But I think Fresh has defended it. Oh, and cuts across. Oh, under braking, but oh, it's very dangerous. And Vapiku going around the outside vent. And it takes the move very nicely there for P11. So Constant Ryan making faffing around. Makes a mistake for Fresh to allow Vapid to get ahead. But that gap now between Jinx and Aiden has increased a lot, and you got Scott W still on the back of head. Not just yet. And Fresh has left the session again. Try and get it back in, but it's over with Scott. I don't think he's quite close enough to Jinx. Jinx with our straight line speed must be helping it. Must be helping him a lot to stay ahead. But we'll get Fresh back in if possible. Oh, he's joined. Fantastic. Alright, lap 8 of 29. And Finns is ahead of Angelissimo. And he's put himself into P7. But one mistake, if I could do it all, and Angelissimo goes wide there, must be a warning for invalidation for Angelissimo, but still continues. Scott W still can't get ahead of normal Jinx, as Scott W's picked up a time penalty, and that's not helped him at all, and that's going to allow Tom to come at him. You'll see that easily. Snips then a fastest lap of the race, 1:21.8. As Checo is boxed. Surprisingly, very early into this race, but hard tyres. So looking like to go to the end of the race, try and do an undercut. See where that puts him then. Fresh is trying to make up positions he's lost. Can't quite do it. Aiden still trying to hold on, and you can see how much ERS Snips has got compared to Aiden, and Aiden would be thinking, how the heck is Snips still holding on? And Snips is still with nearly 100% ERS by the looks of it. Oh, and yeah, Scott W's got ahead of Jinx. I did not see that. So Aiden still, oh, yellow flag sector 3. No wonder who's at a moment. Is it Skull maybe? But yeah, not a lot to say the least. Not a lot, so Checo's box, so he's on the younger hard tyre, and he's going to be trying to close back up to Vapid for P10. So Jinx gets a time penalty now, and full track limit, so it's even Stevens, Scott and normal Jinx. Just excuse me for 1 minute. Okay, apologies about that. So yeah, the field's spreading out now to Aiden's outside about 1 second to Snips. Jinx within that 1 second to Scott W for P3, and Tom Gorian has closed that gap very nicely, and he's going to put those two under pressure significantly now. Snips take another fastest lap of the race, so 1:21.6 for the Haas, but still no progress at all. And Checo has lost a lot of time to Vapid. Surprisingly, to say the least, surprising. You think on the younger tyre would get that pace back up, but no, not quite. Not the way I thought he would have, but commences on the back of Angelismo. Tom is nearly within a second. Only 4 times shy of it. Aiden's back into the DRS range. Snips, but he's lost all that ERS. Snips has now used half of that ERS, roughly anyway. So Skull's box was a soft tyre. And out he goes. And yellow flag sector 1. I don't know why they've done that, because there's so many Skull coming out. Jinx is still trying to get ahead of Scott W. He's got a good exit. The Checker's got a time penalty for track limits, but it's still not quite enough. Commence is close that gap a little bit now to Angelissimo. It's on lap 30 of 29. You can see that gap between Commence and Angelissimo, and Commence going round the outside, and he's got the move done very nicely, and a lovely bit of overtaking there. So running a bit dry for quite a while, and Commence has pulled one right out of the bag. Very good move there for the Red Bull driver. Now his next target is Finns, who's about 3.2 away, and Tom Gorian's nearly within a second of DRS. Close, but I think Jinx is going to get the DRS and pull that gap down to Scott W. But nothing to say the least, you know. But what a move from Commence, what a move. Skull is another for the time penalties of track limits, and you can see the penalties coming thick and fast now. So, and Skull was nearly in the gravel there, and he's going to be lapped very soon by Snips and Aiden, who are coming closer and closer to him. So he's going to have to get out of the way very soon. But it's weird, but not much action really. It's just, we'll see what after everyone does when they box, and Commence's box actually saying that, and that's going to be interesting, that he's going to trigger an undercut. And where is he going to go? He's going to go on the medium tyres. Definitely to the end of the session, 100%. So he's going to trigger that undercut. And I wonder where that'll put him. Probably ahead of Fresh, I'd say, and ahead of Checo, and he needed that really to get ahead of Checo. But we'll go on board, and Checo, I don't think he's going to get the move done, but that's good news for Commence. Oh, and he goes a bit wide there, and Checo's going to go round the outside. And has he got the move done? He has to go off the track, and he's still trying to hold on, but I think Checo's going to have to let it go. And he does. Otherwise, he would have got a penalty for an illegal overtake there for sure. So Commence dodged the bullet there. But Checo's still not going to give up, really. And Scott W's in as well. Scott W boxing, not risking the overcut. And he gets that very smooth there in the pits, and on he goes. Medium tyres, so does Tom Gorian. And he is within undercut range of Jinx, so this could be a little bit of trouble. for Jinx here. He's going to have to get good lap times in now. Otherwise, yellow flag, sector 1, and I think Vap has had a moment somewhere. Yes, he has, and Tom Gorian too. So I don't know what exactly happened there, but that has not helped Tom at all. Getting an undercut on Jinx, and now it's just allowed Commence to try and have a little battle. So I don't know what happened then. That was weird. So Scott W got a massive relief not having Tom on the back of him. Constant Ryan's on the back of Angelissimo. So see what Jinx does then. So he's going to be around the final corner very soon. And surely he's going to have to box this lap, which he does, to not risk getting overtaken and taken. Does Jinx. So in comes Jinx medium. I will go on board with Scott W, who's coming across the start finish line. You can see Jinx. Last sector, we're side by side, move done, but only just about. That has helped him out so much. But lucky now, Commence and Tom Gorian. Tom Gorian well under pressure from Commence, and you see Commence going. Is he going to go down the inside? Oh, and Tom closes the door. Stays where he is. Fresh boxes for mediums. Is this goal ghosted, or is he just being lapped? Might be being lapped actually. So Skull gets a time penalty for track limits again, and Constant Ryan right on the back of Angelissimo, and Angelissimo in big trouble, but Constant Ryan thinks about it and then snips his box, then snips his box from the lead. And he goes for the medium tyre. And he's going to get a nice position there. In P2, Finn's boxes. Angelissimo's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ryan still goes on. Scott W into P4 then, and Finn's boxes. Scott W with the fastest lap of the race. But Finn's is going to get probably ahead of some guys, which he does, ahead of Vapid, who had a mistake with Tom Gorian. So that has helped Finn's dearly, but you can see Tom Gorian on the left-hand side, having a battle with Vapid, and he takes P7 on the faster compound. Vapid still to box, remember, which has not helped him out at all. The snips now on his outlap, and it's critical that he gets something done. Aiden gonna have to. Oh, he's gonna stay out. He's staying out. So he probably wants a safety car by the looks of it. And I mean, he's getting closer. So anything could happen. We've got 11 laps to go. Fresh gets a time penalty for track limits, and Constant Ryan is now boxed for the Alpine. And it's going to be really tight between Rapids are going to be, but we'll see where it puts him. And out he goes. Where's that going to? And Vapid's now boxed, so he is out. He's but and Angelissimo just nearly wiping out Constant. Oh, absolutely disastrous. Jinx then trying to get back to Scott W for P3. Snips is closed back gap to 12.6 seconds. wonder if Aiden is going to react. No, he's going to stay out a little bit longer. Has he got a trick up his sleeve as Aiden? Is he going to gamble? Commence goes on the grass here, but still with DRS on Tom. Sneps takes a fastest lap off the race. But yeah, not much action to say the least, but Commence is trying to get something on Tom, who just can't get the move done. Too far away. Gap from Aiden and Scott W is 19 seconds, so he doesn't. Aiden wants to make sure he does get ahead of Scott W, but he needs to be within range of Snips in order to have a chance of winning. But it's looking increasingly unlikely, and it's a yellow flag sector 2, and I think Tom Gorian's had a moment somewhere, and that is put him down to P8. But you can see that gap now just coming down a lot, and Skull is boxed again. Yeah, constant run on the back of Tom Gorian, and he allows him through. Does Tom, so doing change team orders at Alpine, and where could that put Constant Ryan? So Tom Gorian has boxed then. I wonder if he's got damage. Now the Alpine, so he's going to box again for fresh mediums. And Vap is coming across the line now, and he's going to take the final points position. But Aiden's still carrying. And yellow flags, and and Tom's retired. And oh, it's a safety car, so well. So we'll see what has happened with Tom. Did he just go into the wall? Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there. Not too sure. But this has helped out Aiden, and he's going to go on the soft tyre, and so is Snips. So Aiden, with our gamble, has paid off beautifully. Snips is also going to react and go on for soft tyre. Well. And everyone also going to react yeah, everyone looks like they're reacting. Williams stays out, and I think that's Raven Skull. To Tom, I wonder what happened to Tom. But this has helped out Aiden amazingly. And Aston Martin, and he had to go for a gamble, and it has paid off. fence, so we'll probably get 24 and most of the drivers boxed for softs with a few like Jacko, Finns, Fresh and Kent who stayed on the mediums. One retiree, Tom Gorian. And Aidan with that staying longer has but we'll see what happens anyway. But we still got the McLarens to get to the back of the pack. I think we're not going to go our lap 24, so it's going to be looking like another 5-lapper. A few have now boxed again, Angelismo, Vapid and Kent, all on soft tyres. Alright, so we should get underway, yeah, and the safety car is in at the end of this lap. And advantage Aidan with track position and the same tyre as Snips. Big moment for the championship with Aidan. So here we go then, in Australia. Hasn't been the best of races, but here we go. And Commencer's got a time penalty for speed in the pit lane, and Commencer's retired then. So wonder what happened there, and Aidan well under pressure from Snips, and Snips is right on the back of him, and Aidan's going to has to go defensive surely, but he still Hunter hits the apex very nicely, and Snips is desperate to get that P1 back from Aidan, and Scott W in P3 still. Jinx in P4, Finns in P5, Jacko in P6, Fresh in P7, Angelismo P8, Vapid in P9, Kent in P10. Costa Ryan has boxed for soft tyres again. Angelismo gets into P7. But how big is this now for Aidan to hold on with 4.5 laps to go? Okay, so getting across the line, and you can see, jeez, how close is Snips? That's me. We'll just have to see what his straight line speed is like. But Aiden taking the fastest lap now away. But, oh, this is going to be a heck of a finale. Two drivers just going at it. Jinx wants to get in the action, but it's just not quite there yet. Fins is in for a good position as well for in P5 if it stays like this, and he stays within the time frame. He goes up to P3. That'll be a heck of a recovery from Fins. Angelismo in P6 as well, after crashing in quali. Vapicu losing a position to Checo then. And Jinx is now within contention, but with a penalty, it doesn't look likely. And Checo and Vapid having a little scrap together. Fresh as well in there. We're going back to the top, and you can see just how important it is now to hold your position. And Snips and Aiden have got similar ERS management. This is going to be really important now for the drivers. Yellow flag sector 1. I think Skull might be getting out of the way. I don't know, but there we are. What can you do? Costa Ryan takes the fastest lap of the race, and I think Skull's had another moment again. Oh, has he beached it? No, he's still carrying on. Fair play to Skull. Carrying on. He's not had the greatest of days, but he's still continuing, which is fantastic to see. But anyway, back to the top, and Snips as really, really, really desperate for that victory. Just can't quite do it yet, but he's still in, and with about 2 laps to go, Snips is going to be going at him, and you can see how much he's closing that gap. But I think he's still got it under control, and I think Skull's had another moment by the chicane. But oh my god, Snips got a heck of an exit. Vince has got a time penalty, and that has not helped him at all. Aiden then defending with all his might. Is still holding on. Still holding on. Oh, this could go really well, or it's either going to go really badly. Oh my god, and Snips is going to go round the outside then. And he's going to have that inside line, and I think he's going to take it. Yeah, he's taking it. But I think it is Aiden going to hold on. I don't think so, but Snips has got the move really nicely done. But he's got a little bit wide, and Aiden's now going to take that DRS, and he's got the... Oh, what a great battle. This is with nearly going into the final lap then of the race. And this could play a huge factor then on who's going to win this Grand Prix in Australia. So here we go, and DRS then enabled for Snips, and he's closing that gap. And Snips has retaken P1. Just like that. But he's locked up, he's locked up. But Aiden with the majority of the DRS still trying to hold on. To try and force... Oh, and Jinx has had a moment, Jinx has had a moment. And that's cost him dearly. And Fins is now up into P3. But Aiden's going to try and come back. Oh my god, and Aiden's going to come back and Snips. This is for the lead, and he's taken the move. What a move. Oh, and Snips has had a moment. Snips has had a moment. And after all the hard work Snips has done, and it has cost him dearly for P is going into P5 by the looks of it. Oh, what a moment. And Angelissimo up into P4. Aiden, though, he's had to work hard. He's had to stay within reach. But the gamble has paid off. And Aiden, with a hard-fought victory, wins in Australia. What a moment for him. Finns is going to make it a 1-2 finish. Well, was going to make it a 1-2 finish, but Scott W takes P2. It's a 1-3 finish. Angelissimo P4 snips in. Oh, and so a fresh other moment with Checo. Oh, God, what has happened here? What on earth has happened? The Checo and Fresh are out of the race, but should get the points. Don't know what exactly happened. Constant Ryan's going to take P9. Raven Skull finishes in P12 after he unfortunately got lapped. But what a race! I think my driver of the day on F1 Constant Ryan, but I think the driver of the day for me, it has to be. It's a tough one because Finn's had such an excellent performance, but I think more or less anyway. I think Aiden had to stick with Snips. He was doing so well for the first half of the race. Aiden still just trying to hold on, and it worked out well for him. I'm not going to conduct interviews, apologies guys, because I've got to be up early tomorrow and I still need to get my stuff sorted out, but I'll go through the order then quickly. So Aiden with a victory, and that will increase his gap in the Drivers' Championship. Scott W in P2, Finns will make it P3, Aston Martin getting good points, so have Ferrari, Angelissimo in P4, Snips, Sven costing that one mistake by the chicane in P5. Kent for McLaren doing extremely well, takes P6, Vapid Q in P7, Jinx in P8, Constant Ryan in P9, and Fresh will take the final points position in P10. Checo in P11, Skull will be in P12 after being lapped twice. Then Commence and Tom Gorian all not classifying. So that will do it then for Australia. We'd like to thank you for watching with us, and where we go next week, it is gonna be, it's not Canada, I don't think it's Canada, isn't it? No, it's not gonna be Canada. So 6th of May, is that first? Yeah, it's gonna be a break now next Saturday, but then we go to Kota in 2 weeks' time. So we'd like to thank you for coming along, and have a